It's at JAHMEXI Productions, publishing and legal. And that's just because we ran out of space on the hard drive. There's some other things that she does too. But it's a vibe, and I tell no lie, it's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. All the dope, the great, the talented artists that have come out and done major, massive, dope, fire, necessary work.
Okay.
But have fallen off.
Okay.
Whether voluntarily or involuntarily, whether from bad decisions or not. Which one of them, and I know you could pick a barrage. Which one of them you like to say, Jano, just come back now, star. Come back right about now, come do what you're supposed to do. Just which one of them need to pick up back the mantle and come back?
Lord Jaja. We can't just have one.
Which
Lord
one?
God.
Uncle one can fit in the Uber.
Lord God.
Uncle one can get in the
Only
Uber.
one?
Right?
What you say?
You already in the front because he said JAHMEXI got next.
What you say? You mean that like you're saying an old veteran that need to come back?
No, I when I say old veteran, I mean anything over 10, 15-year-old, like phone artists that had a solid career, making solid contributions from the Sizzler era.
Mm-hmm.
You could even go back further if you want to, but which one of them artists, the Buju's or whatever the case may be, you feel like, man, you dropped the ball, and for reggae music, for dancehall, for the culture, for Jamaica, I'd really like for you to pick it back up right about now because I know you're capable of it. Come back on the battlefield. Give us vintage Cure or Kalanji or whomever the artist is you're going to choose. I need that vintage guy to come back right about now and start lead the flock again. You only got one seat left in your Uber because groceries are on the seat. You know what I'm saying? So who's that one artist?
Lord, yeah, put me on the spot for real. Give me a minute. I have to really. That's a good, say nobody give me a good question where I'm quiet, And this one a good question. Let me see.
Think about it. Think about it. Because
I Wayne.
Yo. I'm amazed you said I Wayne right now because I remember we all thought, I personally thought I Wayne was gonna be that guy. I'm not telling a lie. If we could get, you're right. If we could get if we could get I Wayne back to prominence right about now, contributing the type of music that he was doing. Wow, JAHMEXI, a lit mood on the I Wayne for real, and I definitely think that's a well warranted. Jano.
Let me tell you why I say I Win. My career started booking shows with I Win back in the day. One of my first show that JAHMEXI Production set up was when I Win was on tour. I did book I Win, and that was back when it was Book of Love, and he was hot and fire and lava and all these things, Yeah. And he was up on tour, and he was fire all over the place. And that man can perform like no other. When him come live, he sound just like him in the studio.
Yeah.
Him cut dubs, he sound just like him. I sing it a 45. That man is a one unique man, both in a Jaja world, spiritual world, and a reggae world, and him operate under him own principles like me, and him operate under Selassie principles and under spiritual principles. So, like earlier when I mentioned him, if the man not ready to touch the stage, I'm not going to touch the stage.
Right.
So him are going to one different place. And, say during COVID, a lot of these artists kind of had time to reflect and go in the studio. And you're going to be amazed how much new music is going to come out this year and next year because while everybody was locked up in COVID, they were recording music.
Right.
And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. So you're going to be surprised. You're going to hear a lot of the old names I mentioned come out and drop new albums. Mm-hmm. Even the women, Tanya work on something. Everybody I work on something. So I Wayne just started going out touring again.
Right.
And him have music for days, Him come like Tupac when it come to this. Him have music that just sit down and put down that him never put out. So when I Wayne really get his mind right and him ready to come back and really ready to take it by storm and focus, I Wayne is who I would really, really love with all of my heart to see to come back on the scene and do what he used to do and fire up the crowd and send the message that him send and burn love upon on who him need to burn love upon.
Cool, no man.
So I Wayne.
I Wayne, ladies and gentlemen. Big bad.
Not nice records. Top choice records, you know.
I win.
Hey, watch on the Portmore.
Lava.
Some boy you glorify badness as if badness is something good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, watch on a not nice.
we have our time, but trust me, it's a vibe. Erica.
Badness, some boy you pray. And you can't afford tea, much less lawyer fee. Some say them they are head of the game, that of the aim. Them kill sister and brother for fame. Life truth make them vex and embarrass. Only when them in a trouble them embarrass.
Be kind and be good to each other. My name is G. Cole, and this is Homegrown.